Extra Minutes.
I think Arrowsmith is part of a new way of looking at neuroscience. Scientists are now starting to think you are not necessarily stuck with the brain you were given at birth. They're thinking that the brain has what they call neuroplasticity. That is, we have the ability, or we can be given the ability through certain mental exercises to change the way our brain works and to change the powers of our brain.
The first data set I looked at, the first child I looked at and said, oh, we must have made a mistake the first time we tested the child. No one makes these kind of cognitive improvements. Well, the second child, same changes. Third child, same changes. It was at that moment that I said, wow, is it possible to change cognitive functioning?
The brain is actually something that we can train, we can rewire, we can strengthen connections. So if you are told you've got a weakness in one area, why should that be a lifelong handicap for you? Why can't we just go and strengthen that area?
What a great relief for parents. I mean, it's bad enough for the kids, but to be the parent of a child who has learning difficulties, that cannot keep up with the class, can't read or write, and all the associated problems that go with it too. Not being able to relate to others, not being a part of life. It's not just a school problem, it's a life problem. And that is what I have seen Arrowsmith do so much with.
So tell me what you couldn't do.
Reading, I had never finished. I've never read a full book at the age of 13. I hated reading.
Numbers, telling the time?
I actually couldn't tell the time before I came here. That's why I found clocks so difficult when I came. I couldn't tell the time.
And what about my childhood problem with mathematics? Well, Barbara reckons it's never too late to unblock the brain. And I've only got help.
Okay, so plus 2. So now you hit the space bar. Yeah. And plus 2. So
No, I can't do it. I can't.
I'm still looking for a woman who taught mathematics to me in primary school and gave me the cane every Friday because I came top of English and geography and history and I failed mental arithmetic. She caned me and her name was appropriately Mrs. Wheeldon. And if she's out there, I'd like her to know that I'm still damaged. I still cannot do simple arithmetic. I start to think of being punished if I fail it. And that is half a century later. Arrowsmith, Barbara Arrowsmith, tells me it's not too late for me, that if I enrolled in the school, I could learn to be mathematically able. But she suggested that I've wired my brain in other ways so that I've got around the problem and probably shouldn't bother. But I'm still looking for Mrs. Wheeldon, appropriate name for a woman who wields a cane, I think.